Welcome back to Sports Just right here on the Captain TV studios. Of course, beautiful scenes from the 2019 Women's World Cup and Team USA came out victorious. I have Moses with me on the studio today. Good afternoon, Moses. How are you? And welcome to Sports Just.
Yeah, good afternoon and thanks for having me.
Okay, thanks for being here. So I asked you earlier, do you think the Team USA will be the team to beat in the Women's World Cup this year?
Well, I feel over the past couple of years, they've always, been so impressive.
Okay.
And given their record so far, I think they are one of the team to beat.
Yeah.
Understand? Not forgetting the fact that even England team as well,
What about Nigerian
they are
ladies?
going
The Super Falcons, you know?
the Super Falcons, they are doing well.
Okay.
They just need to keep up with their level of performance and just build on it.
All right.
But at the same time, we need to know that it won't be easy at all for the Super Falcons.
Definitely,
That's just the truth.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, let's not forget our phone lines are on the screen. Please call us and give us your take on today's subject. And of course, when you call us, please turn down the volume of your TV set to enable us hear you properly. Well, today's sports trivia between the Manchester United midfield trio that comprises of Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno Fernandes, or the Liverpool midfield trio that has Dominic Szoboszlai, Trent Alexander-Arnold, McAllister, or the Arsenal midfield trio that has Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and Odegaard. Who has the better midfield?
Well, to me, sentiment aside.
Okay. Please, sentiment aside.
Yeah,
please.
sentiment aside, but I'll go for Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and Mason Mount.
Okay.
Because
why?
when you look at these three players, they are proven players. They are players who have won major trophies in Europe as well. So they are players who are so exciting, who have a whole lot of qualities. Is it Casemiro? We all know that Casemiro has a whole wealth of experience. Even before coming to Manchester United, he has been one of the best defensive midfielder in Europe. And he came to the Premier League in his first season. He showed why Manchester United pay that kind of money for him. We've seen Bruno Fernandes as well. Ever since he came to Manchester United, he has been one of the most important players for Manchester United, and he has been so productive. So being a midfielder is all about you being effective and productive. And they've shown the reason why Manchester United signed them. You look at Mason Mount as well. Before last season, he was given the best player. He was voted as the best player in Chelsea for 2 consecutive seasons. He has won the Champions League with Chelsea and some other trophies as well. And Mason Mount has some qualities and some traits, that with him coming to Manchester United, he will only make other players better. I'm not saying other clubs like Arsenal, them having Havertz, Odegaard, and Rice, that they won't be a better team, but they are midfielders with prospects who have not really gotten to that height or that level of this trio in Manchester United. So for me, I'll go for Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and Mason Mount as well.
Okay. No, as much as it pains me to agree with him, I think he's completely on point. But over time, Bruno Fernandes have been accused of being a very, selfish player, in the sense that he plays mostly for himself. He's not a team player.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
For me, when you look at Bruno Fernandes, as a player, there are some qualities that make you distinct.
Okay.
And over time, when you look at the way he plays for Manchester United,
I
feel like the same vein which people look at it that is selfish, it has really paid off for Manchester United a couple of times, because we've seen that selfishness earning Manchester United a vital 3 points against Manchester City last season.
Okay.
We saw that opportunity where they created for Marcus Rashford, against Manchester City, and Marcus Rashford was waiting, not being quick enough to decide. But Bruno Fernandes was coming from behind and he hit the ball. Even though it was a bit controversial to some people didn't necessarily agree that the goal was supposed to stand. But at the end of the day, it gave Manchester United that edge over Manchester City, and they went on to win that match. So I feel like as a player, people can say you're selfish, but in as much as that selfishness is really giving your team an edge and you are winning games, then you don't necessarily have a problem with that. some of the best players in the world, they are a bit selfish as well. At some point, they tag Ronaldo as selfish because when he doesn't score, you don't see that much excitement in him. But I just felt like it's one of the traits, of a sportsmanship.
Speaking of Ronaldo,
Yeah.
now Gareth Bale in an interview he talked about Ronaldo. He said there was a game where when they were teammates in Real Madrid, he said they had won 5-1 in that game, and Ronaldo went inside the dressing room and started kicking everything there out of frustration. And he's wondering, we won 5-1. Why are you angry? Like, it's unusual, and it goes to it goes to show you that.
The spirit of sportsmanship, it's different in each players as well. But when you look at Bruno Fernandes, is this one player that even when he plays bad, he's one player that will always want to talk to other players on the pitch, even when it seems like their morale is down, they are not playing so well. He has this leadership quality. He will always want to look for a way to spur his teammates to play better. So for me, I don't think that's a problem at all, because for me, he's even much more active than the so-called Maguire. Either we play well or we don't play well. Maguire, you never see Maguire complain or say anything.
And I'm sure that's why Man United really want him to,
exactly
look for a job elsewhere.
That's the much more reason why when Erik ten Hag came in, he had to strip Maguire off the captain armband and give it to Bruno Fernandes. Maguire,
I think that was one decision Ten Hag did that I'm going to congratulate him
exactly
for. Yeah.
Because he looks at the team and he feel like who can really fit into this, who can really carry on and do this job. And the one person who I feel like can do it so well is Bruno Fernandes. Ever since he came into Manchester United, he has always acted like he has been in Manchester United for years. And that's the kind of players we want. That's the kind of leaders we want in our dressing room. So I feel like it's a plus for Manchester United.
All right. Yeah. Bruno Fernandes, definitely a plus for Manchester United. Of course, that is coming from Moses. Yes, let's talk a bit about Mason Mount. He's officially a Red Devil. Yeah. Congratulations to him. I don't know how to feel. I was happy, but then I'm pained later. I mean, after seeing how happy he was, he changed his Instagram, his Twitter immediately. I'm like, okay, that was so quick. You know, I just waited a little. It goes to show you that he was so excited and he has been wanting to leave.
Yeah.
But the topic of discussion for everyone is the fact that they gave Mount the number 7 jersey.
Yeah.
Now, prior to Ronaldo, who is the famous number 7, jersey owner? George Best, Eric Cantona, David Beckham have all adorned the number 7 jersey for Manchester United.
Even Cavani and Valencia.
Now, fast forward after Ronaldo, the likes of Valencia, Cavani, Alexis Sanchez, Memphis Depay, and even Angel Di Maria have all worn the number 7 jersey. Now, when Ronaldo adorned the number 7 jersey for Manchester United, he scored 103 goals. Then you want to compare it to others. That's the likes of Memphis Depay, Cavani, what's his name? Alexis Sanchez and Di Maria. Combine their goals wearing that number 7 jersey. They all have 27 goals to their name. It brings me to the question: is there a curse of the number 7 jersey? Well, or ever since Ronaldo wore it, is there like a pressure to fill that void?
Yeah, of course. Before I even elaborate on that, when you talk about playing for Manchester United, wearing that badge alone is a pressure. It's like a pressure on most players that some players even find it very difficult to express themselves on the pitch. Because when they look at the size of Manchester United, we are talking about one of the biggest clubs in the world. We are talking about a club where everybody's eye is on them. Either you're a Manchester United fan or not, it is expected of them to win every game. It is expected of them to win every trophy. You are expected to give your best. Even at some point, the best is not enough. You just have to keep performing, and you have to deliver. So that pressure alone, it's very difficult for some players to handle. Talk more of you putting on a jersey worn by players who have done so well for Manchester United, not just doing so well, but they've created memorable moments in the hearts of Manchester United fans, and they were very successful. So it's like they see themselves as them adorning that shirt, and they have to. It's like not that you need to, but you just have to. You have to justify the reason why you are putting on that number 7, and it's been very hard. It's been very hard for those players. They've struggled so well because they look at the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo. They put on the number 7 jersey. They win so many trophies. They left Manchester United. He's one of the best players in the world. He has won virtually everything. So I don't know if, I think some of them see themselves that, okay, what Ronaldo did for Manchester United, I must do the same thing. It's expected of me to do the same thing or even do even more. But in the case of Mason Mount, I just feel like if he wants to do it better and just relieve the pressure on himself, he just needs to put his mind off the fact that great players have put on that jersey. Just go onto the pitch, express yourself, and be the best that you can. And I'm very sure that in his case, he's going to act differently, unlike other clubs, other players who have joined Manchester United and not been able to, justify the reason why they were putting on that jersey.
Okay, so you're saying Mount will be different.
Yeah,
why?
I'm optimistic, and I know that it's going to be different.
I mean, when he played with Chelsea, he scored lots of goals. He has eyes for goals.
And when you look at players who Manchester United have signed in the past to put on that jersey, they were signed with a very hefty fee.
Okay.
They were signed at a time that Manchester United were not even at their best. You understand?
Yeah.
They were signed to come and provide solution to something that they know that is going to take time.
Sure.
They were expecting those players to hit the ground running immediately. But at this point in time, the situation is different for Manchester United. Because in a way, Erik ten Hag has managed to steady the ship. And we could see that, last season. He came in his first season, he ended Manchester United's trophy drought. He won the trophy. He got to the FA Cup final as well. He made the top 4, and everything was so impressive. And some players who we even thought they no longer have a future in Manchester United, he revived their future. And Manchester United they're in a better place now compared to when the likes of Di Maria joined Manchester United, compared to when the likes of Memphis Depay joined Manchester United, compared to the likes of when Alexis Sanchez joined Manchester United. So I feel like the pressure now won't be as much, as it was then on Mason Mount.
Sure.
Given the quality of players we have right now, which I feel like they will bring the best out of Mason Mount, and they will make it a little bit easier for him. And when we look at it, we didn't sign Mason Mount to come and be the savior or to come and be the one to win the Champions League or the Premier League for us. We signed him for him to come and make other players better as well.
Really?
And for us,
okay. To believe that Chelsea actually produced a player that will make Man United team better.
Quality players makes a good squad.
Sure.
You understand? We have Casemiro already. We have Bruno Fernandes.
Okay.
We have Eriksen. But towards the end of last season, I said Eriksen is a very good midfielder. Sure. He has eyes for ball, but at the same time, he's not this type of player who is not a box-to-box midfielder. Like, he's not this type of midfielder who will lose the ball and want to track back.
Okay, so sorry
he
to cut you short. Speaking of Christian Eriksen, I think after the incident in the Euro 2020, it made it hard for other players to want to tackle him hard.
Exactly.
They are scared. Oh, what if? I think that is what marred his career.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's an amazing player.
He's an amazing player. That was what marred his career. But at the same time, it's like a weakness on Manchester United's side.
Definitely. But they knew that when they went for him.
Yeah, of course they knew that. But at that point in time, we signed him for free. You know,
Okay,
when you have a player like Eriksen who is on the transfer market for free, that you know that you won't be paying anything, and you know the quality that Eriksen possesses, of course you won't think twice. You want to, sign him because you know it's an addition to the squad. Considering the fact that at that point in time, we had Van de Beek, who is injury prone, who is not even in form. And we had an opportunity to sign Eriksen as well.
Yeah.
Even Brentford wanted him to stay, but he came to Manchester United, and now we had an opportunity to sign a Mason Mount who is more physically fit and more healthy than Eriksen, who can offer and bring in give us more energy in that midfield compared to Eriksen. I'm not saying him coming in is going to bench Eriksen or he
will obviously bench Eriksen.
But when you look at it, he's going to give us more energy in that midfield and stability in that midfield, which I feel like we lacked at some points last season. So him coming to Manchester United, it's
definitely a plus.
It's a plus, of course.
And it's a minus for Chelsea.
We can't take away the fact that it is a plus for Manchester United, and it's a minus for Chelsea, because how can you sign such an amazing player?
We didn't sign him.
How can you sell? How can you sell a homegrown player? You know, who has been one of the best players in Chelsea, who has been voted.
Okay, now to answer that question, it's simple.
Secondly, how can you sell Kai Havertz to Arsenal as well? Arsenal, that you know that last season they really tried. They were gunning for the Premier League trophy.
Yeah,
it's like you strengthening your rivals.
Okay.
Whereas at this point in time, I can't categorically tell you that Chelsea are even looking like a team who wants to strengthen. You are selling.
In our defense,
you are selling.
In our defense,
not buying players to replace them.
Mount was obviously unhappy at Chelsea, and you don't want to keep an unhappy player. He opted to leave.
Yeah.
We just gave him his wish, because if he didn't leave, he will be very sad, and he will not do so well.
I'm not saying it's a crime for you to give him his wish, but you would have sell him off to another club.
Yes, I said that.
Because but when he joined Manchester United, that was when it was revealed that even Liverpool was interested. Arsenal was interested as well. But he wanted to go to Manchester United. Why?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Because the reason why I wanted to come to Manchester United is that he feels like Manchester United is the only club who can make him fulfill, you know, his dream.
All right.
Because it's very hard for you to say.
So his dream is to win the league, because Chelsea already gave him the biggest dream any player playing in Europe
should ever
ask for, which is the UEFA Champions League.
Do you know that?
So the dream you're talking about, I don't believe it's the Premier League.
The dream is him winning the Champions League again for the second time.
Winning the first time is more special.
In a big club like Manchester United.
Okay.
It's okay for you to win a trophy.
Yeah.
With clubs, with different clubs, but when you win it with Manchester United, it hits differently.
All right.
You understand?
Because so when you win it with Real Madrid, what if you win it with Real Madrid?
That's what I'm saying.
It hits differently.
Real Madrid is a big club as well. The same feeling you have winning a trophy in Real Madrid.
Okay,
the same feeling you have.
Can I beg to disagree?
Do you know why?
But can I beg
when
to
Robbie
disagree?
Van Persie was in Arsenal, he did so well. He was one of their best players. In fact, he was one of the best strikers in English Premier League.
Yeah, sure.
But what really made his career to be amazing, you know, was the fact that he came to Manchester United.
All right.
Not just coming to Manchester United, but he won the Premier League. His first Premier League trophy.
So, Moses, can I just say something, please? Can I add to that?
Under one of the best manager in the world,
Alex Ferguson. At the time.
Do you understand?
No, sorry, let me cut you short there. The last time Arsenal actually won the league was in 2003. And that was the invisible squad.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Now, Van Persie loves Arsenal. He would have loved to win the league with Arsenal, but he had already seen that Arsenal could not give him that. That is why he moved to Man United. And to correct you when you said winning with Man United is special,
of course,
winning the Champions League is special, regardless of the team you win it with. That's just it. I want to apply that narrative.
Do you know that?
Okay.
Samuel Eto'o won the Champions League with
Barcelona, Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, right? When Jose Mourinho came to Manchester United, right, he signed some players. He signed Paul Pogba. He signed Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
He did.
Yeah, he won 2 trophies for Manchester United, which was the Carabao and the Europa League for Manchester United. But at that point in time where he won the Europa League for Manchester United, it felt so special for some players, even though they've once won the Champions League. Do you know why?
Why?
It's not just because they won the Europa League or they won the trophy, but you coming to a club like Manchester United and winning a trophy, like, it's a big flex. You understand? Because when you look at it, at the end of the day, as a player, after your footballing career, you retire and they check your profile. You played for Manchester United. You won trophies for Manchester United. you're a legend.
All right. Okay. So
you're a legend.
All right. Thank you. I feel like if I allow you, we're gonna go on, and you keep gloating on how much Star United is a big team in the world. But let's talk a bit about Mbappe. Yes, Nasser Al Khalifa, that's the president of the Paris Saint-Germain team.
Yeah.
I was completely shocked when I heard Mbappe wants to leave for free. He's a great boy, a gentleman. So leaving for free, weakening the biggest club in his country, that's not him. I was shocked and disappointed. Our position is strong. Mbappe will not leave for free. Impossible. The best player in the world leaving for free is not happening. Mbappe needs to decide next week or a week or two. If he does not renew, the door is open. We want him to stay, but he can't leave for free. Because this is coming from PSG president. I want to know quickly, where do you see Mbappe applying his pride next season in Europe?
Well, for me, the situation is a bit complicated because when you look at it, Mbappe is on a big wage, and his price tag is something that it's
completely outrageous.
It's outrageous, and only one or two clubs can just come out and pay that kind of money.
So when you say one or two clubs, what club is that?
And for me,
Real Madrid.
And for me, I feel like Real Madrid would have been in a better position.
All right, that's all I wanted to hear.
If they've not invested on Jude Bellingham and some other players as well, because right now, for you to spend over 200 million pounds on a player right now, then I feel like you need to sell some players.
All right.
And which I feel like at this point in time, the players at Real Madrid disposal, they are very important. They are key players who Real Madrid will not want to sell at this point in time.
All right.
Who they would not want to sell unless if he wants to go to Saudi Arabia, which he would not want to go to because he has not been able to win the UEFA Champions League and some other important trophies as well.
I mean, he has won the World Cup, but who's checking? Moses, we have to end the show now.
He has not been able to play in other top European clubs aside from, Paris Saint-Germain, which I feel like he will want to do as well.
All right.
So, at this point in time,
I think we'll have more time to talk about this more tomorrow when we come on the show. Thank you so much, Moses, for being on the show with me.
Welcome.
Thank you to our amazing viewers. Let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. I am Dearest Mbad. Do have a wonderful day.
After to use her pace and use her strength.